Who are you?
Shouldn't you be protecting them from the sexual violence lurking in the shadows?
Why are you silent?
Why are you keeping it a secret?
Speak up
Speak out.
and break the silence.
I am Kimoye Bainbridge, a third-year student in the Bachelor of Arts in Communication Arts and Technology program.
And I'm Joel Barrett, another third-year student in the same program. So we're going to allow them to get settled. Take your time, no rush.
Ready?
So those of you who just joined us, I'm Joel Barrett.
And I am Kimoye Bainbridge.
And we are your hosts for today's event.
Miss Marian Brown, Vice President and University Registrar.
Professor Shermaine Barrett, Dean, Faculty of Education and Liberal Studies.
Dr. Sonia Richards Malcolm, Acting Dean, College of Health Sciences.
Dr. Christine Frey, Acting Vice Dean, College of Health Sciences and Country Director, Ni3 Jamaica.
Mr. Hector Wheeler, Associate Vice President, Advancements.
Dr. Clover Jones Mackenzie, Head, School of Humanities and Social Sciences.
Other university officials.
Dr. Michael Abrams.
Dr. Rohan Lewis, Coordinator, CAT Productions.
Mr. Dwayne Rose, Assistant Coordinator, CAT Productions.
Partners, students, well-wishers, a pleasant morning.
We're here today about serious business. But while we're at it, we know that gender-based violence, particularly sexual violence against children, is a very sensitive topic.
For some, it is a reminder of experiences they'd wish to forget.
And for others, it's the question of how did I not know plagues the mind and leaves their body coursing with fear.
Unfortunately for many observers, tears fill their eyes because they knew and said nothing.
So before we get into the meat of the matter, let's break the ice and make the atmosphere a little more conducive for learning and sharing.
Now, I'm going to quote a part of a song and a double poem written by Dr. Abrahams.
So he made a song called What a Gone in Jamaica. So we're going to do a little remix, Dr. Abrams, if that's okay. All right? So, what a gone in Jamaica?
I want to know.
What a gone in Jamaica?
This I know. The children say them need, the children want breathe, the children want speak, Dr. Abrams want teach. May I beg you please?
Oh no, what a gone in Jamaica?
I want to know.
What a gone in Jamaica?
This I know.
What you know?
The children say them need, people need to speak. Break the silence, please.
Oh no.
Today we say this to you. Break the silence on sexual violence against minors.
Break it, and break it now.
We will now invite Dr. Christine Frey, Country Director Ni3 Jamaica, to present on Ni3 gender-based violence interventions.
Let's make her welcome. You can put your hands together for her.
Thank you. Where's my PowerPoint? Okay, thank you so much. So, Ni3 has been quite involved in our outputs, and today I'm only going to be mentioning 4 main types: publications, game development, curriculum development, and the music video for today. So can you change the slide, please? So as you can see, we have a number of publications, all of which you can access from our web page. You can change this to the next slide, please. Here are some more of our publications. Please change the slide again. Our pro-social game for child sexual abuse intervention is called Gabi, and this game was actually informed by our qualitative research, and it has authentic Jamaican voices. In fact, I'm one of those voices. I'm Miss Campbell. This game is going to be tested in schools this year, so you will probably be able to play it as early as this year. Please change the slide again. We also developed a research-based curriculum to support the prevention of child sexual abuse in Jamaica, so that will also be rolling out as well. So the next slide, please. So Ni3 is dedicated to the protection of all. Today, at the beginning of Child Month, our focus is on the protection of our children. It is a proud moment. I am happy to have this collaboration with Dr. Michael Abrahams. His song, Break the Silence, will reach many. My wish is for this song to resonate with us, and that what we sing with our lips, we will believe in our hearts. Thank you. Final slide, please. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Dr. Frey.
At this time, we would appreciate it if everyone could participate.
So after each sentence, I would love if you could join me and say, break the silence. A test run. You were supposed to say, break the silence, right? Right.
Shh. Don't say anything. We might get into trouble. No.
Yesterday, I heard Keisha said her daughter was making a complaint, but she's afraid to tell the police.
Children are the future. Let's fight to keep them safe, please. Yes.
Break the silence and break it now, all right? No problem.
We will invite second-year BA-CAT student Leonardo Hewitt to introduce the first presenter for the evening, Dr. Michael Abrahams.
Thank you very much. Dr. Michael Abrahams is a multifaceted individual who works as a medical practitioner, performing artist, human rights activist, social commentator, and comedian. Dr. Abrahams earned his specialist doctorate degree in 1997 after receiving his undergraduate degrees in medicine from the Faculty of Medical Sciences at the University of the West Indies in 1989. He currently runs a private clinic called the Ruth Venn Medical Center. In addition to being a fellow of the American College of Obstetrics and Gynecology, he is a member of the Royal College of Gynecologists. He is praised for being witty, charming, sincere, sympathetic, and down-to-earth. He is also well known for his talent for writing and performing poetry on current social issues, from political and religious issues to medical-related topics like female breast cancer and mosquito-borne diseases like chikungunya and dengue. He frequently contributes to the Gleaner and is especially passionate about issues involving women and children, such as domestic abuse and violence. Dr. Abrahams is founder of Protect Our Children, a campaign for public awareness about issues relating to children. In his most recent song, Break the Silence, he emphasizes society's obligation to speak out against child abuse, specifically child sexual abuse. Please join me in welcoming Dr. Michael Abrahams. A true visionary who uses his voice to create positive change in our society. Thanks.
What's your name? Renado, thanks. Renado, thanks a lot for saying nice things about me. So many bad things have been said. It's nice to hear nice things. I'm thanks to Ni3. I'm very grateful for appreciating my interests and I think my talent, whichever talent I have, because this is something that is very, 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 very dear to me. I'm an obstetrician and gynecologist, so my job is to look after women and older girls. And over the years, I've developed an interest in childhood trauma. And the reason for this is because in my practice, I see the end results of childhood trauma. Some people reduce gynecology to just the female reproductive system, to the pelvis, but it's the whole person. And what I see are the sequelae of childhood trauma. So I'm seeing people with depression, anxiety, PTSD, personality disorders, dysfunctional relationships, anger management issues, and physical disease. And I had a life-changing experience a few years ago. A doctor, and I have some homework for you. There's a doctor by the name of Nadine Burke-Harris. He's an American doctor of Jamaican parentage. She did a talk on ACEs. ACEs are adverse childhood experiences. If you go on YouTube, look up Nadine Burke-Harris, TED Talk, ACEs. So ACEs are adverse childhood experiences. And she spoke about the first landmark study in San Diego in the 90s, looking at 17,000 people. And they looked at how adverse childhood experiences affect people over the course of a lifetime. So they looked at 10 adverse childhood experiences under 3 headings: abuse, neglect, and exposure to dysfunction in the home. So under abuse, they looked at physical, emotional, and sexual abuse. Under neglect, they looked at physical and emotional neglect. And under exposure to dysfunction in the home, they looked at exposure to things like domestic violence, drug abuse, mental illness, having a family member being incarcerated or divorce or separation. And to summarize, the higher your ACE score is the more likely you are to be unwell as an adult, not just mentally, but physically. And what I learned is that adverse childhood experiences like sexual trauma can affect you in many, many, many different ways, because the toxic stress you get, for example, from a child who is repeatedly sexually abused. When a child is exposed to that, it affects so many organ systems. It affects the way the child's brain develops. It affects the endocrine, the hormone system. It affects the immune system. It affects even the way their DNA is replicated. So when that child becomes an adult, you have a whole host of problems. You have the mental problems, and you have the physical problems, because some physical diseases are linked to childhood trauma. For example, there's a common medical problem that some women have called endometriosis, where they have severe pain. Girls who are sexually abused have a higher incidence, higher risk of developing endometriosis. So, I see the long-term effects, and what is important is to understand that it doesn't just stop with the patients I see in my office. These things become generational. It becomes a cycle. We have a common scenario. I give an example in this country. I'm a big fan of data, evidence, facts, research. Girls who grow up without a father, a positive father figure in their life, are vulnerable for certain issues. For example, early initiation of sexual activity, multiple partners, STIs, teen pregnancy, abortion. This country full of absent fathers, you know that. So many girls grow up with their mothers or other family members, and sometimes with these other family members, their spouse come and sexually molest them. So you have the absent father, you add the sexual molestation to that. You had an environment where they live with somebody who treats them badly, you add emotional trauma to that. So when that girl grows up, or that child, unless the dysfunctions that can arise from that can affect them and their relationships. So you go up in a dysfunctional home, you're dysfunctional, you end up choosing the wrong kind of man. You have a dysfunctional relationship with that man. Have a child for that man, have several other men, several other kids. These grow up in dysfunctional homes and the cycle continues. And this is why it's important to understand that it's not just a one-off thing, and that intervention is important, and that breaking the silence is important. A few years ago, I worked across the road from Sissoko, and they brought a girl to me who was 12 and was obviously sexually active. And when I looked, they told me about the history. She was allegedly being molested by a doctor. And I remember speaking to a colleague of mine who worked at the same hospital as that doctor, and I said, there's an allegation, and the police need evidence. They just need to talk to people. Will you talk to them? And she said she doesn't want to get involved. And that hurt me. That angered me. And that's the attitude of so many people. I don't want to get involved. But children, sexually molesting a child is like taking that child's life. So I want to give it a homework to look up ACEs and what they do, and to understand that we have to break the silence. You can't just see things and look the other way. Yeah, it could be your child. Thank you very much.
Awe-inspiring, astounding, and informative are just a few words I would use to describe Dr. Abraham's presentation. Thank you so much. Put your hands together for him once more.
Moving along with the program.
So one more icebreaker before moving to the next presenter. So true or false? Right. So May 14th is the beginning of Child's Month. False? When is the beginning of Child's Month? Bright students, right.
The theme for this year's Child's Month is Children Need Our Love and Protection. True or false? Good.
Them bright one. That's good.
Next on our program, we have Dr. Dwayne Rose. Sure. Making his presentation on the involvement of CAT Productions partnership in the production of the music video that is being launched today.
Put your hands together for Mr. Rose.
Hello, good afternoon, everybody. Oh, it's afternoon somewhere. Thank you for calling me doctor. It's one of my aspirations because my name is Dwayne Rose, that's DR, so if I do become a doctor, I will be Dr. Doctor. So please refer to me as such going forward. All right, how's everybody doing? Great? Perfect. None of my students ever said they're perfect. Everybody goes, they're stressed out. DeMario, you never say you're perfect. Why you can't be like them? What school is this? You in the brown, are you from, that's Girls Guide? Brownies? And you brought brownies? The snacks are available. No snacks. All right, so just remember her name specifically. Take her off. Okay, thank you so much for coming. It's lovely to see you all. This is a very serious topic. And we are really happy and honored to be working with Ni3. So I work alongside Dr. Lewis for the CAT Productions initiative, and it is really utilizing UTech, utilizing the FELS and the BA CAT program as a way of providing our students with the experience and the ability to not only use what they learned in the classroom, but also to express it outside. All right, so let me give you a bit of a background on CAT P, CAT D, CAT P? Yeah, CAT P. That's what we call it in the biz, CAT P. So CAT Productions is a in-house media and communication program facility within the BA CAT program. So for those of you who are not familiar, the BA CAT program is the Bachelor's in Arts in Communication Arts and Technology. It is a wonderful program within the FELS faculty at the University of Technology, Jamaica. And so you can see some of our students are in the background. They're managing the computers, they're managing the cameras, they're managing audio. So all of those are done by the BA CAT students within the CAT Productions. And the aim, as I mentioned before, is to provide the students with the experiential learning to complement classroom-based theory and lab-based skill development sessions. It's an important nexus between the program and the working world, right? So most of our students are final year students. They're ready to go. They're very scared. And we said, you know what? Don't be scared. We got you, right? And so CAT Productions came about. One of the most exciting aspects of CAT Productions is the opportunity it provides for our students to develop their skills in media production. Our team consists of writers, editors, photographers, videographers, and designers, all working together to produce quality content that reflects what the BA CAT program has to offer. Do any of you from the, was it junior high, primary school? Windward Prep. Do any of you have any aspirations towards media, cameras, art? Art, the creatives, any of you find yourself to be creative people? The arts, shooting video, taking pictures, you know, drawing, coloring, music. Any music fans over here? Oh, look at the hands going up slowly, slowly, slowly. All right, wonderful. Well, keep that in mind when you think of where do I go next, because that is what the BA CAT program will facilitate those dreams in your creative. All right? So opportunities such as events like this allow us to grow and evolve as a student-run media house. Right? And speaking of media, we've collaborated with Ni3 before, and it's only natural that we work together again. They have interesting projects, interesting ideas, and it allows for our students to express themselves more than the traditional way. Right? We've worked on a video game, we've done voice acting, we're shooting music videos, we're hosting events. Ni3, you are, mwah. So media and culture play a significant role in shaping our perceptions, attitudes, and behaviors. They influence the way we see the world and the way we interact with it, right? Wouldn't we agree that media is almost the most important thing in our daily lives today? We consume so much of it even without realizing that we're consuming it, right? It's not just watching TV, it's not just watching the news, it's not just listening to the radio, but even going out into the world, we are consuming media, whether we like it or not, right? The intersection of media and culture is where we find some of the most important conversations happening in our society, and conversations like this especially. Through media, we can share and celebrate cultural experiences and explore the complex issues that may arise. By doing so, we can build bridges of understanding and create a more inclusive and tolerant and understanding society. So media is very important. And what we do here today, what we do in FELS, BA-CAT in-CAT Productions is important in not only understanding how our world develops, but how we can use that going forward, right? Use that information going forward. As I mentioned, we have worked with Ni3 before, and since that process, we've actually gone through some changes. So when we worked with our first project, I do want to take the opportunity to thank our previous program director, Miss Marilyn Facey. She was very integral with the first project that we worked together on. That was the voice acting for the for the video game. And she's currently not here. She's pursuing her PhD in the United States, but I did want to give her some recognition. And then, of course, where would we be without the students that I've spoken so highly about? And I want to thank the interns in particular that made today possible, right? So that's Adrian Williams. Thank you so much. He's in the back working. Adrian is also a part-time DJ. So if you see him, if you're out in the wild seeing Adrian or you're hearing some music, it's probably him. So give him a shout. Thank you so much, Adrian. I'd also like to thank Jolene Slack and Pasania Taylor. They have worked diligently and tirelessly in the background. They've created most of our graphics, the video editing. They are truly one of the hardest working teams. I call them a team because you can't say one without the other. So thank you, Jolene and Pasania. Oh, before I continue with the interns, I should also thank the current program director, Mr. Melville Cook, who allows us to continue and give us direction going forward. All right, so thanks again. Going back to our interns, thank you to Tiana Gordon. I believe she's also at the back. If she could, there's her hand. It's a wonderful hand. Kobe. Kobe's here. Kobe's behind the camera. Thank you so much, Kobe. Thank you, Demario. Has Demario left? Is he still here? Oh, there he is. There he is. Thank you, Demario. Let me also thank Michael. So these people aren't currently here, but they were integral. So thank you so much to Michael Ndala, Annalay Bartley, Lauren Rowe, Shamar Simpson, Kiana Russell, and DeMarco Shaw. I would also like to thank the talents who participated in the music video. Dr. Michael Abrams especially, thank you so much for writing the song and performing the song, as well as our interns who, they would have graduated by now, but I'd like to thank them, as well as the actors and actresses. We had some staff in there as well, Miss Megan Thomas at the back. Thank you so much who participated. And then, of course, thank you to all our stakeholders, and we look forward to continue working with you. Thank you.
All right, Dr. Rose, manifesting. Thank you so much for that presentation.
So we are nearing the big moment. But just before that, we will hear about the behind the scenes of the production.
farmer, but how them would have feel if she was them daughter.
So the song. Hi all, I'm Joshua, a lecturer here at the University of Technology, Jamaica, teaching within the program of the Bachelor in Communication Arts and Technology. I am a film and media lecturer, but I'm also the director of the music video production that we're here to talk about, which is for the song Break the Silence.
What it is and it is child molesting. Neighbor said that and said that's interesting. Not tell nobody, no one turning farmer, but how them would have feel if she was them daughter.
So the song Break the Silence was brought to the attention of CAT Productions, which is the internal productions arm of BACAT. Of course, through my contribution, I ended up overextending to the point when they were saying it would make more sense if you were to direct and guide the students. So the students would still operate cameras and plan for the actual production, and through my skill and expertise, I would guide the students to a successful video.
If you hold on people pick me and if them hurt anything, shout it out loud on.
Working on this project was very exciting. We had 2 days to get the job done. I distinctly remember going on a location recce with fellow staff workers, staff members, just taking the time to find the right locations. We went to Port Royal, went to Palisados. It was an enjoyable experience. As a lecturer myself, I'm intrigued to see what the students are able to retain and bring to the professional realm. And then with me as their director, it's encouraging to see what they're able to bring and the fact that they're so enthused and willing to learn and to apply. So overall, it was definitely a rewarding experience and one that I would be looking forward to doing again soon in the future.
From homeless man to members of the clergy who not follow the teachings of them own liturgy.
Break the Silence by Dr. Michael Abrahams is one that addresses the issue of child sexual abuse in Jamaica. So the term none in three is based on statistics which suggests that 1 in 3 women or girls will experience gender-based violence in their lifetime. And the aim of none in 3, of course, is to make that figure none in 3, as the name suggests. None in 3 has been in operation since 2017, and it was a 4-year-long project. So as of now, the project has ended. However, the output continues in terms of our research findings that can be found on the website, as well as the push for this music video in terms of getting the information out.
I am Rohan Anthony Lewis. I'm coordinator of CAT Productions, the production arm of the BA in Communication Arts and Technology here at UTech Jamaica. The first is the practical nature of the activity. We supervise interns in media and communication, and our interns would have been able to use this activity as one of the engagements to ensure that they get the number of hours that they do under supervision. The second component is the importance of the subject matter. This subject matter, one of the social issues that's affecting countries like Jamaica, is important to us because of the kind of work that we do out of the school. My experience as lead producer was quite heavy, but very interesting. The engagement with the different parties, the interns that we supervise in CAT Productions, the talents who were involved in this activity, as well as the community dealing with the police and all of those various components. That was an interesting experience. Well, a learning experience too for all of us involved, because it was, again, the first time that we're doing this kind of activity. The casting process was a bit restricted because it happened during COVID. We were under what I guess we could call semi-lockdown. What we did was to do a call for talent to participate in the activity, and what we did was to circulate it among our students and within our close networks, given clearly that we had the challenges relating to something like COVID. We were able to get one of our students who came and auditioned. A number of people auditioned. They would have sent some kind of video of what they could do, and then we had an interview with them, myself and the director. One of the other things that we did was to give them a variety of scenarios to see how they would react to those scenarios.
Shout it out loud and step away from the crowd and stand up proud and broke it and say child abuse not allowed. Broke it.
Hi, my name is Michael Abrahams. I'm an obstetrician and gynecologist, and I do a lot of other things, including writing songs and performing them. I done the song with Wayne Armand. The interesting thing is that this song was recorded several years ago. I put it down waiting for the right time to do a video. So when Ni3 reached out to me, that was the perfect opportunity. So the visual partner doing the video, that was even more fun, working with those guys. So I had overall it was a very rewarding experience, I would say. It was great. We shot parts of the video at 2 locations in Port Royal, went to Palisadoes Road, did some of it in the studio here. It was a really, really fulfilling experience, especially because of the subject matter, which means a lot to me. Okay, so my job as an obstetrician and gynecologist is to look after women. And over the years, I've developed an interest in childhood trauma, because I realized that a lot of my patients, a lot of Jamaicans are trauma survivors, and a lot are survivors of sexual trauma. It's something that we don't talk about enough. It's something that we don't report enough. And it's something that we need to know more about. So I'm very driven to write and speak about anything related to childhood trauma. I hope that this will be just the beginning of something way deeper than just a music video. I hope that this will be a launching pad for further conversations and education about childhood trauma. Some of the signs, for example, what grooming is, to understand the importance of reporting these episodes, these incidents. So I hope this will be a long-term thing, not just a video. People see it and say, oh, that's okay, and move along. That was a mic drop by itself.
Good. One more round of applause. Aren't we excited to see the actual video? All right, so before we continue, we want to acknowledge the presence of Professor Colin Giles and Vice President Miss Marianne Brown. All right, so I'd now like to invite the technical team to officially release the launch of the video.
Here comes Mr. Big Man in him Benz. Him and a little schoolgirl turn friends. A laugh and palaver flex pan him ends. Then she get touch and the laughing ends. It is what it is and it is child molesting. Neighbor said that and said that's interesting. Not tell nobody, no one turning farmer. But how them would I feel if she was them daughter? Shout it out loud and step away from the crowd and stand up proud and broke it and say child abuse not allowed. Abuse our children a part of our culture. Big man a paper and picnic like vulture. As the little girl them breast start to grow, them a circle them like John Crow. And I say from grass and field and ball happy play. But if we tell the dirty dog them fi move and go away, we fi burn them dirty liberty. Them man with the proclivity fi hold on people picnic and give them virginity. Shout it out loud and step away from the crowd and stand up proud and broke it and say child abuse not allowed. When it come to picnic, don't afraid for fast. Put your ears against wall, look in a car glass and careful who you make come round your child. Pedophile of different style and profile. Could a taxi driver, teacher, preacher, vendor, police, doctor, gardener, family member. Trust no one, scrutinize everyone. And member predator can be man or woman. So shout it out loud and step away from the crowd and stand up proud and broke it, broke it, broke it, broke it, broke it. Me cry for we boys and we girls and we babies. The country overrun with child rapists, from homeless man to members of the clergy who not follow the teachings of them own liturgy. For we most vulnerable, life uncomfortable. Lick them in them chest like bass without treble. So make we arise and open we eyes, lift we voice, make some noise for we girls and we boys and shout it out loud and step away from the crowd and stand up proud and broke it and say child abuse not allowed. Some say it endemic, some say a epidemic, but whatever the phenomenon, we have to try end it. Whole heap of we picnic I get traumatized. We have to wake up and respond to their cries. No keep silent, we have to talk out. We no fi hold with tongue, we no fi keep our mouth. We fi make up noise and go on the mouse way. No child molester must get away. For the messed up picnic, them grow up into messed up adults. And a dysfunctional society we have as the result. And the dysfunctional society mess up with picnic them. And this a cycle of dysfunctionality we have to end. No, no. Shout it out loud and step away from the crowd and stand up proud and broke it and say child abuse not allowed. Shout it out loud and step away from the crowd and stand up proud and broke it and say child abuse not allowed. Broke it, broke it, broke it, broke it.
Scene one, take one.
Alright, no, just stand by. Reset. Play the music.
Put your hands together once more.
Good.
And the Grammy goes to a joke. Quick, alright, I know that we have all anticipated. I know that it has happened. Anybody has anything they want to say? Any feedback? Anybody? Anyone? Anywhere? Oh, wow. She has goosebumps. Anybody else? Is it the AC or is it the video, right? All right, the video. So the microphone is here for anybody who has any questions. We have someone at the front here, second row. It's timely.
Thank you. It's timely. We can adapt to it, and what is important, our children from Winard Road is here, and I'm sure they listen to it. They are good at remembering the lyrics. I think it's easy. Thank you.
All right. Anybody agrees with her? Do we agree? All right. Look at the hands, them going up.
Good afternoon, everyone. I am from the Child Protection and Family Services Agency. So you know what this means to us. Over 13,000 cases of child abuse every year, right? And it is increasing by the day. So I just want to take this opportunity to thank all the persons, all the stakeholders involved in this production. I am pleased to be here, and everything in the video are things that we experience at the CPFSA every day. Break the silence, please.
All right, so before Dr. Lewis, so we have Mr. Giles here at the front. I'll give him my mic.
Thank you so much. I must really say that I'm very pleased with this production on several counts. The Ni3 project has been one of those very important projects that have been executed here at the university. And I'd just like to commend the entire team who did the research and also provided the background information to support this project. And Dr. Abrams, so good to see you. I'm one of those persons who follow your performances. And you know, my wife would have met you on labor ward years ago at the University Hospital of the West Indies. And I'm just so happy for the team led by Dr. Rowan Lewis and the BA CAT team for working together with Dr. Abrams and the Ni3 team to put this music video together. I was slated to be here, but Dr. Hilton, Dr. Young, and myself, we were at a funeral for the mother of one of our colleagues, Mr. Kevin Williams. But we said we had to hurry after the funeral to get here for this launch. And I'm very happy that we were able to make it. And I just want to say once again, congratulations to the team that worked together to make this video possible. And this is an example of excellence at work. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. You know, coming here this morning after my column in the Sunday Gleaner entitled Child Abuse and Advocacy, this for me is like the icing on the cake, because I believe for too long we have, and by the way, I never knew the term or the organization Ni3. Maybe you need to do some more marketing of the name. But it's a wonderful term, and I hope we are making sense of what it means. But I think it is, especially as someone who works from the space and location of church, I think it is important for us to really hold gatekeepers more accountable, and to recognize that too many persons in the interest of organization and politics are keeping silence. And the time has come for us to break the silence across the board in the interest of all our children. Thank you so much, Dr. Abrams.
Our woman sound, shout it out loud and step away from the crowd and stand up proud and broke it.
That's my friend Sean Major Campbell. He's an Anglican priest, human rights advocate on the board of Jamaicans for Justice. He's one of my best friends. He prays for me every day. Yeah. Big up yourself, Sean. Thanks.
Don't have to stand. Okay. All right, so good morning, everyone. So I must congratulate everybody who worked on the production. Awesome jobs. If you could give them a round of applause again. Oh, Ron says to say, Dr. Lewis. I'm Gail Abrams. I'm Michael's wife, so I'm in that capacity, but I'm in corporate Jamaican marketing. And I just have one question to see what the plans are, what the next steps are. So this video is launched. I must say that I glimpsed it already, and I'm sitting here watching it, and I just wanted to cry. And so that's why I'm not only excited about it, but it's really a good and positive move. And I just want to know what will happen after today. What are the next steps? What, if any, marketing? How is it going to be released to the public? Anyone can enlighten us. And what is it that we all can do to help?
All right, I was going to throw that one. I'm not supposed to be answering questions, by the way. I'm only passing the microphone around. And Mr. Rose, you want to answer that? He says no. All right, so we will be discussing with Ni3 as well as internally in the faculty what will be the next steps. Of course, there was a discussion that was supposed to have been held last week with Dr. Abrahams. We're talking to Dr. Ivy in relation to issues with IP and so on, and then we will release the rest of the plan for getting the marketing of the song done. But watch the press, let's say. Watch this space, and you'll see what unfolds from that, all right?
And member predator can be man or woman, so shout it out loud and step away from the crowd.
We're in afternoon or morning, all right, midday. So I'm from E4 Live, and of course, we endorsed the video in terms of we were able to see the messages, the impact childhood trauma have, the community effort in terms of mobilizing and breaking the silence. The tone of the song was not comical, so it was able to bring out the seriousness. And I think that is something that we need to piggyback on, that this is serious. It's not something to be joked around. It's a community effort. It needs the neighbor to break the silence. It needs us to be more vigilant and stuff like that. Oh yes, and as I said, I'm from E4 Life, and we're an NGO that respond to girls who are impacted by sexual violence, and we also have participated in the research from 2019. So, toodles.
Any comments? Come on, future.
They're shy, I think.
Is everyone, and member predator can be man or woman, so
yeah, she has a question now.
Shout it out loud and step away from the crowd and stand up proud and broke it.
Who wants to, Professor Barrett wants to.
Right, I think I should acknowledge my appreciation for the work that has gone into producing this video, and how proud I am of my team, because I'm the dean of the faculty from which the team comes, and I'm very, very proud of the work of the students, and I know that it took quite a bit. I like the video, but I want to say that I'm very grateful that there was intervention before. I didn't want to see it go down I'm here sitting and say, oh, please, don't make him take her. Don't make him take her. So, I mean, it's a video, but it affects me that way. So I want to commend whomever, the director, if it is the director or the writer, whichever one, who allowed it to be expressed in that way. I want to say that I appreciate that and want to thank you for going easy on people like me. So, thank you, excellent work. I'm very proud of it. Thanks to Dr. Lewis and the team, and also the team, the Ni3 team. Thank you for giving attention to this very important matter.
Thank you so much.
I just want to thank everyone for making that beautiful production. It was very nice of Dr. Abrahams to come up with that creative idea.
She is coming into the BACAT program after this, you know. You see, after that, she's definitely enrolling in our program. Right.
Good morning. I am a lecturer in the College of Health Sciences. I'm not a member of the Ni3 team, but I'm close friends to quite a number of the persons on the team, and so I know of the work that they are doing and the expectations to come. And I would just like to congratulate them on the work that they have been doing so far, and where they're at now. I can see the word getting out on this very, very, very important subject. I grew up in a small community in St. James in Maroon Town, where the village raised the children. Now I'm in Kingston, and I'm a grandmother, and it is like you are the only person raising your grandchildren. because you don't have that sort of support where you could call to this neighbor or that neighbor to say, look after your children or so. And so at this time, to get the message across to the children, boys and girls alike, it is very, very, very timely. And I must say that I appreciate the work. Congratulations to the team. Congratulations, Dr. Abrams. I know you don't remember me, but we met somewhere in a class somewhere. So, yes. So congratulations to the team, and I'm happy to see what is happening in the BCAT program. Congratulations as you move forward. Thank you.
Thank you so much. And that brings us, go ahead. And she's our last speaker, right?
Okay. Hi, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Therine Davis. I'm the program director in the College of Health Sciences for the BSc and Certificate Child and Adolescent Development Program. I know of the Ni3 work, and I'm very glad that I made the time to attend the launch of the video today. Congratulations, Dr. Abrams and the team. But one of the things I would like to mention that I find very interesting from the video is that it focused not only on girls, but also on boys. And oftentimes in our Jamaican culture, when we talk about child abuse, we specify girls. But I'm really glad that the video brought out that point. Thank you.
All right. That will be, as the hosts have said, the last comment. But I wouldn't want to go back to them just yet. I want to have the star of the video stand. Our actress, Serena McNeil. So we have Dr. Abrams here, but we have Ms. McNeil. The other people are supposed to be online. I assume that they are watching, so we thank them for being online, but Ms. McNeil is here with us.
Okay, before we leave this segment, it would be remiss of me to not say on behalf of the interns that we are grateful to be a part of this production, right? So although we're doing this, for the experience and to get a grade, right, guys? It is still, good experience because many of us do want to continue in this type of thing, and the fact that we are a part of, breaking the silence, right? It can affect any one of us, whether directly or indirectly. I mean, right now we're not children, for those of us who are grown, but we have nieces, nephews, we have children who it can affect. So we are glad to be a part of this initiative.
Well, we are winding down. I will now call on Ms. Therame to bring our vote of thanks.
Thank you, Kimoya. Although the way everyone going, I don't think I'd even need to do vote of thanks. So, thanks again, Kimoya. Ladies and gentlemen, as we come to the close, I'm not sure me off. I'm sorry. Ladies and gentlemen, as the event comes to a close, we would like to extend a warm thank you to our presenters. Dr. Christine Frey, Acting Vice Dean, College of Health Sciences, Country Director, Ni3 Jamaica, Mr. Dwayne Rose, Assistant Coordinator, CAT Productions, Dr. Michael Abrahams, the man of the moment, our our child's rights activists and performing artists. Miss Marlene Facey, former Program Director, Communication Arts and Technology, last year's CAT production interns, and the technical team behind the production of the song. Miss Marian Brown, Vice President of the University Registrar, Professor Charmaine Barrett, Dean, Faculty of Education and Liberal Studies, Dr. Sonia Richards Malcolm, Acting Dean, College of Health Sciences, Mr. Hector Wheeler, Associate Vice President, Advancement, Dr. Clover Johns Mackenzie. Mackenzie, Head of Humanities and Social Sciences. Thank you all for your presence here this afternoon. Before we continue, I would like to invite Dr. Claire Powell Booth to present Dr. Michael Abraham with a token of our appreciation. Please give her a round of applause.
Here comes Mr. Big Man in him Benz. Him and a little school girl turn friends. A laugh and
I'd like to invite
flex pan
Dr.
him
Abrams to join me right here.
Then she get touch and the laughing ends. It is what it is.
So I am the research fellow in the Ni3 Research Center, and Dr. Abrams, I have been given the distinct pleasure to thank you. I remember a couple years ago when I went in your office for the first time as a patient in that capacity, and in his characteristic style, he doesn't only, as he indicated in his address, he doesn't only focus on the physical. He got into my business, he wanted to know what do I do, that sort of thing. And at the time I was just about in the first phase of the involvement in Ni3 on this project. So when he heard the focus of our research was on child sexual abuse, he got excited. He had music playing in the background before, you know. But then he said, hold on. I have something you have to hear, it. I wrote a song, this song, on the same topic. And, you know, we discussed various ways in which we thought some collaboration could have come out of, you know, all of this. Because when I heard the song, it blew my mind that without knowing our work in detail, the findings that we got from our research in terms of children disclosing to their parents, teachers, etc., adults in their lives, but the adults not believing them and keeping their mouth shut. It was really mind-blowing to me that, you know, Dr. Abrams had already, as he said, written the song and had it put down for the right time. Well, Dr. Abrams, I want to thank you. I want to thank you, first of all, not only for giving your time, putting your talent to work on this song, but Dr. Abrams could have kept the song and just shared it with me, but that's not what he did, obviously. He wanted for us to collaborate, and I think we need to, you know, take the message that we can't operate in our silos. So Dr. Abrams was gracious enough to want to have a partnership with UTech, with Ni3, and of course you see the result. I also believe that all of us can really truly thank you, Dr. Abrahams, by actually not just enjoying the song. The beat is good, the message sounds good, but the best way that we can thank Dr. Abrahams together is to truly do what it says, to break the silence, to not turn a blind eye. Because as one of the statistics that was mentioned earlier, some 13,000 odd reports come in yearly, and these are only the reports that are documented. Many, many more children are out there suffering. And unless we as adults break the silence, then all of this would have been in vain. So thank you so much, Dr. Abrams, for giving of yourself, for being an advocate, for giving a voice to the vulnerable, and for putting this message out there that we really have to break the silence, or else we are a part of the problem. So thank you very much.
Interesting, not tell nobody, no one turning farmer, but how them would have feel if she was them daughter. Shout it out loud and step away from the crowd.
A big thank you to our hosts, Joel Barrett and Kimoya Bainbridge, for leading us through the proceedings. Renardo Hewitt, a second-year BA CAT student, and Dr. Rohan Lewis, our professional voice and speech lecturer, for organizing this event. Last but not least, I thank you, our guests, both online and in person, for coming out and joining us for the event. We hope this event's proceedings you leave aware and informed. Thank you all.
So that was my classmate, guys. Her name is Tara May. Put your hands together for her one more time. So we truly appreciate you for joining us today and are hopeful that you would have gained a wealth of knowledge and that this will be an experience long to be remembered. So refreshments are provided on the outside, I believe.
But before we go, let's break the silence together. Let's say it out loud 3 times.
So the 2, 1, 2.
Break the silence.
One more time. One last time.
Thank you.
Here comes Mr. Big Man in him.
All right, I just want to big up my students. I mean, they've been thanked, but this is a class activity for them, and they're being graded. So I want you to big them up. And their classmates are here with them to support them. They already did another event. They were graded, and these now were performing today. So I want to really thank you for being here and allowing us to have this activity in class. All right? All the best.
Mr. Big Man in him Benz. Him and a little schoolgirl turn friends. A laugh and palaver flex pan him ends. Then she get touch and the laughing ends. It is what it is and it is child molesting. Neighbor said that and said that's interesting. Not tell nobody, no one turning farmer, but how them would have feel if she was them daughter. Shout it out loud and step away from the crowd and stand up proud and rock it and say child abuse not allowed. Abuse our children a part of our culture. Big man a paper and picnic like vulture. As the little girl them breast start fi grow, them a circle them like John Crow. And I say from grasp and field and ball have to play, but if it tell the dirty dog them fi move and go away. We fi burn them dirty liberty, them man with the proclivity fi hold on people picnic and give them virginity. Shout it out loud and step away from the crowd and stand up proud and rock it and say child abuse not allowed. When it come to picnic, don't afraid fi fast. Put Put your ears against wall, look in a car glass, and careful who you make come round your child. Pedophile of different style and profile. Could a taxi driver, teacher, preacher, vendor, police, doctor, gardener, family member. Trust no one, scrutinize everyone. And member predator can be man or woman. So shout it out loud and step away from the crowd and stand up proud and broke it. Me cry for we boys and we girls and we babies. The country overrun with child rapists, from homeless man to members of the clergy who not follow the teachings of them own liturgy. For we most vulnerable, life uncomfortable. Lick them in them chest like bass without treble. So make we arise and open we eyes, lift we voice, make some noise for we girls and we boys and shout it out loud and step away from the crowd and stand up proud and block it and say child abuse not allowed. Some say it endemic, some say a epidemic, but whatever the phenomenon, we have to try end it. Whole heap of we picnic I get traumatized. We have to wake up and respond to their cries. No keep silent, we have to talk out. We not fi hold with tongue, we not fi keep our mouth. We fi make up noise and go on the mouse way. No child molester must get away. For the messed up picnic, them grow up into messed up adults and